Remember when you learned about for loops, if statements, functions? Those are fundamental concepts in programming, and if you're ever writing code in other languages, you'll see these concepts again and again. Now the same goes for certain concepts with code organizations. Here are some of those main concepts that you'll see over and over again. The first on our list of fundamental organizational concepts is models. Now we've already talked at these. Models just represent your data, and models can be stupid, like a JavaScript object literal as shown here, or they can be more intelligent, as in most other organizational frameworks, and as we'll see in a bit. Next we have collections. Collections are basically smart arrays. And what are they filled with? Models. Now remember, models are just data. Even if they're intelligent models, they still represent data. So collections of models are collections of data. Just like our cats array in the previous lesson, but a little bit smarter. Now we've talked about octopuses at length, but if you bring them up to any other developer, they won't know what you're talking about. Octopuses in the real world are called things like controllers or view models. Here's another thing we've already talked about in depth before. Views are the things that draw the interface and allow the user to interact with the interface. We also have a similar thing called routers. Now this is new to you technically, but only kind of. Routers keep track of the state of the URL, which in a way is a view-like thing. The URL is something that the user can interact with and see. Often routers are used to track the state of the application. Now we're not going to get into routers in any more depth than this, just conceptually, but just know that they're very similar to views just for the URL bar up here. Don't be afraid of them. If you can understand views, you can understand routers. Now, organizational libraries often look very different from each other, but no matter which you use, you generally see these same 5 things over and over and over again. The concepts are all the same, and that means once we have a solid understanding of these basic concepts, we can feel empowered to learn new organizational libraries.